Welcome aboard, Sea of Friends, your weekly Sea of Thieves voyage. I'm Last Call for Lunch.
I miss Lunch Lady.
And I'm Darkest Warhawk.
Happy Thursday, everybody. We're live again because, we don't have any issues. Actually, we would have been live sooner, but we had one technical issue with a dead computer.
She died. To be fair, that computer's almost like 10 years old.
Yeah, and it's still, up until now, I feel like it still ran sort of kind of mostly good.
I mean, it sounded like a plane taking off, but it ran okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's how computers are 10 years ago.
Planes.
Right.
Planes. Especially when you throw them against the wall. Ooh.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Oh, man. It has been a week.
I'm dying to know.
Oh, yeah. So today is the 9th, the day of recording. And today they announced the end of Golden Sands and the outcome. Not the end of the end of Lost Sands and the outcome of Golden Sands.
Anthony Jackson, did you just spoil it?
No, I meant to say Lost Sands, and I said Golden Sands. The end of Lost Sands.
Sure.
You ready? Okay.
Well,
we got to set it up a little bit more.
So they had a live stream today, where they talked about everything that had been going on and ending it with the reveal of which side won. It started at 1. I had a meeting at 2, and I remember it started getting around 1:45, 1:50, and I was just thinking can we come and just get the choice? I got a meeting here.
It did go right up to that 2 o'clock mark.
Yeah, it really was. The moment they said it, I jumped off and jumped in my meeting. But it was
Casey to 53% one way. That is 47% another way. The winner was Anthony.
Golden Sands is saved.
what?
How do
I'm actually really surprised.
Yeah, I know. I was so surprised. Joe cried because
he did not.
He was going the other way. He didn't cry, but you could tell he looked so sad. He looked upset.
Yeah.
His demeanor kind of changed towards the end. He even said it I'm not surprised, but I am disappointed.
Yeah.
And someone put out a picture of right after it happened, where it was Mike Chapman looking really happy, and I forgot the other guy's name, looking really happy, and then Joe Nate just looking sad.
Yeah, he looked like that meme of that little kid taking his yearbook photo or school photos, just staring into dead space. Are you kidding me right now?
Why, I wonder?
I think he was just really really excited for where things would have gone if it had been destroyed. That was the thing. Thank you, Boaz. What up, Boaz? They had Fuzzy Bond on and Captain Falcor on. Fuzzy Bond represented the people who wanted to save Golden Sands, and Falcor represented the people who wanted to ruin it. I will say, Falcor's setup was way nicer. He had red lights in his room. He had glowing contacts in his eyes and stuff.
Yeah, being taken over by the Reapers. Fuzzy, I did like Fuzzy. In case you probably watch it, so you can fall asleep to it tonight. But he did have a really endearing story, I think, about his love for Golden Sands and where it kind of came from, and
why he chose
why he
it
wanted
was
to save it.
super personal to him and stuff. And
yeah,
whereas Falcor's just I just want to see what happens. I want to watch the world burn.
I want to watch the world burn.
Falcor was entertaining though when they went back to him after they announced that
the crying, the tears coming out of his eyes.
Going out of his eyes. It was good. I don't think even the Sea of Thieves devs and producers were even expecting that, because they all were cracking up, obviously, big time, and it was pretty good.
Yeah, it was okay. It was overall, the stream itself was it was okay, nothing special. They had the one guy reading off Twitch comments and Twitter comments and stuff, and I didn't think they. I'm sure there was a way better stuff they could have chose to read. That wasn't mean, that was funnier. But that's just my opinion, that's just me. I don't want to.
Yeah, it was funny because everyone was on edge for it, and I was watching Boxy stream, and he was on a galleon today with Beard, Black Screen Dave, and the name's escaping me. Son of a gun. No, it was a woman.
River?
No, it was a woman.
Oh, Carities?
No, he's had her on before. Brittany Bear.
That's it. Brittany Bear.
Brittany Bear. Yeah, I don't know.
How you doing? Oh, yeah. Hi.
So they were hilarious galleon for the day, but Boxy, like 10 minutes, he's like, we just want to know. Like he had no, and Boxy obviously has no level of patience on the seas, and obviously waiting for this type of news all to be in the end kind of let down. He's like, it's it is what it is. It's not gonna ruin my day. I mean, it was a surprise. I thought we were gonna get it, but because he was obviously team, he just wanted to see the difference, which I think all the streamers that I've been watching have just wanted to kind of see what the change would be, what would be the true outcome of it. And I think that's going to go down, and especially like if they do, any kind of cons or anything like that, where the Sea of Thieves team are there, people are going to want to know, unless they have something up their sleeve where it's going to happen again, hopefully down the line. But I'm still very curious to see. I mean, I'm kind of happy. Obviously, I love Golden Sands, as we've all kind of talked about in the past, but just that curiosity, and I guess curiosity kills the cat. So I guess it's probably a thankful thing, but yeah.
They didn't really go in. Oh, sorry.
No, you're okay. Go ahead.
I say they didn't really go into detail of like what changes or what in the future entails because of this decision. But they kind of started talking about it, but then at the end of the answer, you're like, that was a non-answer answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, what they said, I think, from the short term, is that they're going to start to rebuild, and basically it's just going to look the same as it was, or is now, but it's going to be sunshine. So the veil or whatever that's called has been lifted, and basically it's just Golden Sands. I think you can sell there now again, but that might be it. So it's basically back, but I think it's still in kind of ruins because they're still rebuilding, but getting there.
Yeah.
I am sort of disappointed. I think for the same reason as other people, just like I don't think I realized it, but like I was excited for a change.
Yeah, I admit, like, I love Golden Sands, but when Golden Sands came out to Victor, I was kind of bummed a bit, because I really was curious where the world would have gone if Golden Sands was destroyed.
I mean, because they said it too, and we say like, oh, just tell us what it is, and they had a lot of fluff in the 15 minutes or whatnot to get there. But I did like it to the fact where they were kind of talking about even Joe Neat and I forget who you said the other gentleman was that was talking about it, saving it. But Joe Neat was basically like, the same as Falcor. Like, I want to see a burn. I want to see a change. I want to see something different and, have that power. And the other guy did a really good job, in my opinion. Was like, no, this is good prevailing. Like we want to, why destroy when you can build?
Mike Chapman.
Like, all right.
Yeah.
Chapman. Yeah, that was it. And I'm like, that makes sense. Right. I mean, I guess it's kind of goes back to the whole dark side, light side when it comes to, Star Wars kind of thing where, what side you can choose. Hate is the dark side and the light, is to build it up. So it was still interesting to see and kind of go from there. But
and they had the shirts on. So Mike Chapman had the Save Golden Sands shirt on. Joe Neat had the Ruin Golden Sands shirt. And the third guy, he was sitting in the middle. He was like, I'm unbiased. Like, I don't have a side. I haven't picked a side yet. I am wearing the Save Golden Sands shirt because Mike is my boss and he made me.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. I did enjoy that, but I thought that was actually, I mean, and if they meant to do it or not, but it was kind of cool that you had obviously Joe on the left with Burn It, basically Ruin It, and then on the right Chapman with kind of obviously Save It. Then the gentleman in the middle was there to, hey, I'm kind of on both sides. So either way, I'm to your famous meme at that point, I'm playing both sides. I always come out on top. So
I was actually thinking, like, I thought maybe, I didn't know if your shirts had came in yet.
They didn't. I was upset.
Damn, I was kind of expecting it when I told Casey who won. I was expecting you to like rip off your hoodie and have the shirt on underneath.
No, that would have been prime. And I'm surprised. I've ordered a few things off, and I think it obviously comes from the UK.
Mm-hmm.
and it usually gets here pretty quickly. So it was surprising to me. I know I ordered it pretty late, but I was surprised that it wasn't here, so to say.
Yeah, I was gonna say the few things I've bought off there, like I bought like that old Kraken shirt from like when the game first launched. That got here pretty quickly. Casey bought Monopoly, and that got here pretty quick. I feel because she gave it to me early. I think the longest thing I've ever gotten from there was the shoes, but those are just because they were pre-order first.
Right.
And the controller, I ordered that controller the day it was like the moment it was announced, and they didn't ship it out until like a week before the game came out. So yeah, so I'm curious where the future holds. They did say that they've learned a lot from this voyage and this type of adventure of like letting people choose. We will be seeing this type of stuff in the future again. Not a lot because they don't want they're obviously not going to do one like every month or one every season or anything. But
that's a lot of work to put into whatever the alternative is to just have it go to waste. Because you have to like kind of develop two sides before you can even do anything. And then I don't know how in depth it goes, but like potentially things changing that. Like the road splits and then they go in opposite directions. So like now is there stuff over here that was thought of being developed that now is just moot, or is it kind of just like kind of big, just simple kind of changes that kind of converge back to where it would be, you know what I mean? Of that makes sense.
No, it does. And they were saying like, I was thinking under the impression like, hey, if we did ruin it, maybe after this whole adventure, at the end of the year, whatever it might be till next year, maybe things could go back to normal. If obviously, again, ghost story from the last podcast. If, good things will come back, as we destroy, or hopefully if Flameheart does come back, whatever it might be, if we prevailed at the end. But Joe Neat was pretty certain to say this is a permanent change. And I guess everything's permanent until something changes, but that kind of hit me. That made my heart sink a little bit more because I'm like, oh my gosh, what if it actually does get ruined? Then what? This is gone forever. Like I don't know. My brain was just spiraling in hundreds of directions in that 50 minutes waiting for it. But
did you say it was 50 minutes?
It was an hour and 12 minutes.
Jeez,
it was like 55 minutes until they finally announced it. I mean, they went over some cool art. I thought some of the artwork that they showed, like just obviously players out there that made it and tweeted it or whatnot, did. I thought that some of the stuff was pretty cool on people's brains and what they actually developed and made. But yeah, that's what I meant by the fluff in it. It was a lot of that. It was a lot of their why they wanted this decision to go one way or the other, and obviously bringing in Falcor and Fuzzy Bond in to kind of talk about it. So
yeah, I know I bumped into something and kind of unplugged my webcam, and so now I'm just there's going to be no me for the rest of the thing.
Technology.
Because even with my I plugged my webcam back in, and now it's like just shows this thing that says like webcam utility. So
in case when we were like just getting in with all of our technology problems, I don't know if you even noticed it because you were kind of in and then gone, but I actually changed my background, which I'm going to go to now. I changed it before when we started. I'm like, oh shit, Casey might think that it's actually fixed. So I need to change this. I need to revert this back and be like, if you said something, I was be like, oh, that's weird. Like I was playing around with it just to kind of see. I mean, you would have totally sniffed it out, but
no, I don't think I would have. I think this week we didn't really give any life updates yet this week because I was just too excited to hear the results. But this week I am so exhausted that I really don't think I would have noticed. Yeah. It's one of those, man.
It's been it's been an emotionally draining week.
No,
we've all talked about this already. So
I want to have a week. I'm sitting here like, man, it's one of those weeks, but I feel like I say that every week, and I'm like, I would like to have a week that isn't one of those weeks.
Right.
Whether it's work or family or house or money or whatever, man. Can we just have a chill week? I mean, I guess we got Golden Sands back, so that's at least one thing isn't changing.
At least on the getaway in the game is you're back to normal-ish from there.
Yeah, normalcy is there on the seas.
Now, if they just brought in whales, we'd be fine. Casey would be on a high for a year.
That's true. I really probably would be. I think it'd be a while before I asked anything of the Sea of Thieves developers again, because we know they're listening to me for sure.
Obviously.
Boaz says, yeah, to be honest, I was curious what would happen if the Reapers won, but then I got to thinking, do I really want to aid Flameheart? Who wants to take over everything? Nah. Also, Golden Sands has so much history. It's where Ramsey held the parlay meeting with Slate, Grey Mario, and Briggsy, and where he fought the Kraken. It needed to be saved.
I like that. Yeah, and speaking of that, I've got to. I know. I think I've, at least in private with you guys, have talked about reading the books and the lore and kind of getting up to it. But I'm reading a book right now, and when that's finished,
you're finally gonna crack open.
I'm gonna crack open that CD, but I'm gonna get into it.
Yeah. All that stuff he mentioned happens in the book. But there's so much lore to it. But if you haven't read the books or anything, then that aspect of it don't matter to you, I guess.
It's true.
Well, and I'm just of the opinion, there is history there, but it's okay. Things don't have to last forever. Some things are only meant to last a season, and that's okay.
Right.
Was that a message to someone? Was that a message to someone particular? Not me, but someone else. Never mind.
What?
Things don't have to last forever.
Besides diamonds, go to Zales. Diamonds last forever. I thought that was our new sponsor or something.
Yeah, this week's sponsor brought to you by Zales Diamonds.
No, it was not a message for anybody. It was just, I'm just saying.
Yeah, I feel you.
That, things don't have to last forever. Change is good, man.
But now that we've saved Golden Sands, we can ruin Daggertooth.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm down with that.
I was.
Would anybody help save Daggertooth?
I don't think so. I was chuckling myself because when I was watching the end of the stream, that's literally what everyone was saying. Is burn Daggertooth, give us Daggertooth. We want to go on. That was the whole thing. I think that would be a pretty easy decision on something like that. They'd have to give something really big, I think, in Daggertooth for people to want to stay and host it there still.
That's a decision they can make on their own. They don't have to do a community thing. That'll just be part of the story they write. It's Daggertooth is gone.
Right.
And no one cries. And we're like, oh, gosh darn it. Arrgh. But it says also, I do have something to share. Go, share away. We'll be talking until you're done sharing. Won't we? Yeah, let's live.
Well, so that's the big thing, right? So then we've got.
I have seen a lot of. Oh, sorry.
When's the next
adventure?
When's the next piece of this story?
I don't know. I haven't. I don't even remember when probably like 4 weeks. It's usually like 3 or 4 weeks, right, between adventures.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I would say probably
the next season got pushed back a few weeks.
Right.
Oh, right.
Well, that's what they tweeted out, right? Didn't they tweet?
I don't know
the whole
if
timeline of things that it would be on. Isn't the 12th? Aren't they doing some Xbox showcase? I mean,
yeah.
Yes,
on Sunday.
If Sea of Thieves is tweeting that out, there's got to be something in there, right?
Yeah, I think they pushed it because they want to announce something and have more time for it after the announcement. But they I guess they didn't really tweet about it. I looked at some social media stuff. I didn't see anything about it. But then I was listening to the Keelhauled podcast, and they were talking about how they actually announced. They talked about it on the official Sea of Thieves Discord. So,
talked about what?
The pushing the season back.
I don't remember seeing that. I mean, I'm not super active, but
I don't know. They said. Captain Logan said they scrolled through some stuff in the pet to find it. They had to search for it, but I guess that's where they announced it or whatever. But I don't know. Maybe, I think it's probably whatever they're doing with the next season. They probably need more time. That's what my assumption would be.
Which is fine. If they are going to be fixing out some things, I mean, it stinks, when especially when this season alone we finished pretty early on.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of it's rough, but at the same token, if they're going to be fixing some big things or big things to come, name on chips, and it needs to be a little bit more time, I think that would be it's fine by me, obviously.
Yeah, whatever they need to put out something that's not broken and works correctly. Whatever, I don't know. It's got to be something. I don't know, something big. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it is something big. Maybe because Jack Sparrow's coming back. We'll find out Sunday. Boa says in 3 weeks is the next adventure.
Oh, nice.
So we'll find out soon what's happening story-wise in the world.
Boy, right for July 4th. Yeah. Some big fireworks. Maybe they have some new fireworks coming out.
On the Keelhauled podcast. There he did.
What do you mean?
Fireworks?
No, maybe new ones. But
yeah.
Then I just kind of like, I feel like I, ate my shoe or whatever, they put my foot, I don't know. That whole thing, ate crow, but it's like, well, the UK doesn't care about July 4th.
They don't care about the July 4th.
Sorry.
Maybe they do. Maybe they celebrate getting rid of America.
Maybe.
Like they celebrate, get out of here.
From us, yeah.
Yeah. But on the Keelhauled podcast, Captain Logan had I thought it was a really, really good idea of having kind of like a Reaper legend kind of affiliation.
Ooh.
But his idea for that was like, that's where like the kind of like the Pirate Legend hideout, you have like the Reaper, that door in the Reaper hideout or whatever, you'd go in there, and that's where like kind of like the Reaper version of the Pirate Legend hideout would be. But if you wanted to be a Reaper legend, you could not be a Pirate Legend. You have to choose one or the other.
Ooh.
I heard that. I was like, that's a great idea. Rare, hire this guy.
Yeah, and like that would open up so many Pandora's boxes of like, if you choose one, are you that for life? Do you have to like stop, switch your pirate? Do you keep your progress on one? That would be very interesting.
That was my thought of like, there'd have to be some sort of reset timer, right? That way people couldn't like switch to one, do whatever they wanted to do, switch to the other, do what they want to, switch back whenever they wanted.
Yeah, like maybe you have to have it for a season or something, and then you work on it for that season or whatnot.
Oh, that's good. I like that. Like, you can switch it every season for a fee, obviously.
Obviously.
Yeah. In-game fee, not a real fee. Gold.
That would be crazy though. Like for the Reaper fee, like you have to like sacrifice 5 levels or something maybe of your.
Oh man,
that would be.
That would be cool.
I don't
if
you too much.
You want to switch back to being a Reaper legend. You have to give up some of them Pirate Legend levels.
Right.
Do you really want to do it?
That would be interesting.
But also in that aspect, I feel like Reapers would have to have something meaty to do. It couldn't just be. I feel like for that, it couldn't just be. Chasing people, stealing their stuff. Like there'd have to be something equivalent to like an Athena chest.
I'd agree, and that's again that would open up. Pandora's box and stuff like that. Like you could have a lot of fun with, stopping. Maybe you have like an Athena run that you have to stop, and maybe not a player one, but something of that nature where at the end you kind of get this, to your point, a Reaper's chest instead, or something of that nature. I don't know. I think that would be a really cool concept.
Yeah. Get on it, Rare. All credit goes to Captain Logan at the Keelhauled podcast.
Yeah.
Boaz says he's moving out, getting his own place.
Hey-o!
What?
Congrats, man. Congrats. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's a big feat.
That's exciting stuff, man. I remember when I moved out. I was 15.
Damn.
More on that later. More on that. We're not going to get into that.
Oh, no.
By the end of this episode, I'm crying. And then my mom, my dad.
Yeah, that will be on one of your player recaps. You'll have to when we find out more in depth about Last Call for Lunch.
His life outside of gaming.
It really was a last call for lunch.
In other sad news, I don't know. I know Casey hasn't seen this. I don't know if you've seen this, Bill, but LD has announced that he is officially canceling the Boomer Games.
What?
Yeah. He said it was what did he say? He said too many teams backing out. Several teams still hadn't sent in the required info. Too much time and effort goes into the production of this to make it worth watching, and that's not worth the headache at this point. Sorry, folks. I don't know if he means the one that he was planning or just all in the future in general. Like,
well, I feel like the Boomer Games they build on itself, right? So you get one, and then you kind of it's almost like obviously like a tourney. I don't know if it's just for that weekend or for the whole year. I think it's something of that nature. So that's very unfortunate. Because I when he did it, obviously it was on the weekends, and a lot of other streamers may or may not be my favorite ones, I should say, don't do it. And it's fun to see other crews go out and kind of do these these games. I thought they were really fun, and how he went at it. LD though is someone that I think will he's got something else up his sleeve that kind of maybe won't be as time consuming for him. That will have better rewards. So I know he's got probably other things that he has in the works. I'm assuming he's got a good brain for that.
Well, like I commented on it like under the Sea of Friends Twitter account. That I was like, man, like I still remember our first Boomer games. Me and Case were driving to Kentucky. It was like a 5.5, 6 hour drive, whatever. And we had the phone up in like the the phone holder where the map and then we just watched that while we were driving down. And it was just a blast. It was around like Easter. It was Easter weekend too.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I remember that too.
I love the tournament, like any kind of tournaments.
I still remember
really I mean,
no, go on.
Go ahead.
No, go on.
I have fallen out of like watching streamers. I just work is no longer work that I can look away from and not pay and like I don't know, have my attention divided. But anytime that you tell me like, hey, there's a tournament or there's this going on, like I always stop to watch that, especially when they're on weekends.
Yeah, it's just a nice way you don't have to pay attention the whole time. You can kind of come in and out, especially like if you're watching it cleaning. I mean, that's what I would do on the weekends. I would clean, and then if something exciting happened or I could hear it, I'm like, shoot, I want to pay attention, and I'll stop and come back to it. It's just, and it's cool. And I think that's what obviously Rare and the Sea of Thieves team wants, like for that, like, they gave him a server and whatnot that he can go out and do that on. I think that's what they want, is to kind of obviously bring the community together. And I think it was a really cool concept. It's just unfortunate that, some things weren't buttoned up with, the community trying to do it, that, that it had to fall apart a little bit. So I know every time it was around, I'm sure it was a lot of work, taking nothing away from him. I know it was a lot of work on his part trying to just set this all up, and just unfortunate.
Just coordinating that many people is huge.
Yeah, because I think it was like all weekend, and he had like 16 teams or something ridiculous, 12 teams maybe, that kind of over the course of the weekend, and they would have battled it out, and the best of the best obviously moved on to like the Sunday match, I think, and yeah, just stinks, but
yeah. Yeah, but I think it's going to be a shorter episode this week just because we got a late start with like the technical issues we have. We do have some tall tales, but we'll save those for another episode, just so we can kind of get maybe a little bit of playing in before the day ends.
Actually, that could be a good episode. I don't remember what's coming our way in terms of like travel and stuff over the next couple of weeks, but since we do have 3 weeks until that next adventure starts, a Tall Tales episode could be good.
Yeah,
I think so. I know we've got some exciting ones in. So I think I agree. Maybe we talk a little bit, and then half, if not majority of it's all user sent Tall Tales. So if you want in on that, send them in. We know we've got a few from some of our loyals already. Boaz, looking at you. Definitely going to get those on. But anyone else, again, send us an email, even if it's just, I went out and did this. We want to hear it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm really curious if anybody listening did the activities to keep or ruin Golden Sands. Like, did you log on and like your whole play session was specifically for that? Like either rowing Cannon rowies over or Boom rowies over there, or delivering supplies to Merrick, or is it just something maybe you did as you played? Like you just thought, well, if I find this, then I'll take that over there. I'm kind of curious.
Yeah, reach out. Let us know some adventures you've been having on the seas. Let us know what you think of this decision. this player-made decision to save Golden Sands. Did you want it ruined? Are you sad? A lot of people online are really, really upset. But I feel like if it was the other way, a lot of people would still be really, really upset. But remember, it's just a game. Don't get mad. Don't be jerks.
That's right. Yeah. See your friends.
True.
Exactly. If you have any questions, comments, or... Oh, sorry.
No, go. That was it.
If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please don't have any concerns. But you can tweet us at the Sea of Friends or email us at seaoffriendspodcast@gmail.com. Don't forget to join that Discord page. You can find the link to that in the description of this episode or on our Twitter page. We are actually just talking about this a little bit ago. We're actually going to start trying to be more active in that Discord page for everybody who's in there. Until next time, I'm Last Call for Lunch.
I'm Miss Lunch Lady.
And I'm Darkest Warhawk.
And remember, it doesn't always have to be a Sea of Thieves.